3I Atlas was supposed to be just another interstellar object, until everything changed.
Natural physics alone cannot explain this pathway. Then what invisible hand is charting its next move?
And as it approached, strange lights, sky rings, and unexplained objects began appearing across the world, as if something was watching from above.
Is a UFO for real, y'all?
So what if 3I Atlas isn't just passing by? What if it hits Earth? And if it does, is destruction our fate? Let's find out.
Something impossible is happening in deep space. A comet that shouldn't even exist has lost its tail, defied physics, and grown mysteriously brighter when it should have become dull. What really is 3I Atlas?
3I Atlas is turning into the space guest nobody can understand. Astronomers expected a normal, icy traveler, but this thing keeps showing quirks. Its path doesn't behave like a regular comet, almost like something inside. It gives a tiny push now and then. They say it's gas jets, but honestly, the pattern feels too neat.
Of course, there are two possibilities that we considered all along, that these jets are naturally produced out of ice on the surface of a rock. And the second possibility is that they might be thrusters on the technological spacecraft.
Even its chemical mix is unusual, like ingredients from a kitchen we've never visited. And just when you think it's calming down, new data shows strange activity around its surface. Scientists insist it's natural, but people looking at the images keep whispering that it resembles a crafted shell or hidden structure. Maybe it's just a comet, or maybe we're watching something visiting and quietly observing.
For me, the most difficult ones to explain are the fact that the trajectory aligns with the ecliptic plane of the planets, because there is no possible explanation for that.
Atlas mystery deepens.
NASA has released stunning new images tonight showing a rare interstellar comet soaring through our solar system. NASA says it's only the third object ever identified entering the solar system.
NASA just dropped new close-up shots of 3I Atlas, and honestly, this thing keeps acting like it has its own plan. The images show strange textures around its coma, almost like layered bands instead of random dust. Scientists say it recently cruised near Mars before heading our way, but only from a huge distance. Around 269 million kilometers at closest. What's odd is how clean and symmetrical some parts of it look in the new images. NASA calls it a comet, but those patterns look too organized for simple ice and rock. Maybe it's natural, or maybe it's hiding something.
It's coming from very, very far away. Again, we don't know where, elsewhere in the Milky Way. So it's been out there, it's been at nearly zero temperature.
Mysterious ring. Ever since the presence of 3I Atlas was detected, strange activities in our skies have been increasing. Recently, in Orlando, a local witnessed a ring in the sky.
Yes, that's one of the rockets. Is that for what?
But it wasn't just a simple ring. It looked like a portal had opened, and the sky around it seemed like it belonged to another universe. It stayed like that for a while, then disappeared, as if it had never been there at all.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Unexpected encounter. While heading home late at night, a man suddenly noticed something unusual in the sky. It looked like a faint green glow, but soon he realized it wasn't just light. It was a visitor from outer space, a UFO, blurry and hard to make out. When he looked closely, it seemed to hover there for a moment, silent and still. Then it vanished, leaving him alone with nothing but questions. Laser beam. Let's head to Moscow, where locals recently witnessed a sighting that sparked wild theories everywhere. People saw a laser-like beam racing across the sky at incredible speed, glowing intensely for a moment as if it might crash into something. It truly looked like an object arriving from outer space. But just when everyone expected impact, the whole thing flickered and disappeared completely. No trace, no sound, nothing. I guess it was either a rare atmospheric event or something visiting that didn't want to be identified. UFO light. A tourist in Miami noticed a strange light suddenly glowing inside the clouds one evening. He was confused at first, unsure what was happening.
What the f***? What the f*** is that? What the f*** is that?
But then everything became clear. A UFO emerged, and that glowing beam was coming from it, sweeping through the clouds as if it was searching for something hidden up there. Watching this scene, one thing felt certain. These visitors are around us, and we're simply unaware. But what exactly it was trying to find remains a mystery.
What? Oh my god. Oh my god, no way. Yo.
Mysterious orbs. One after another, sightings of strange objects have been reported in Russia, and it almost seems like they're connected, like otherworldly entities, moving in patterns. In this latest case, strange glowing orbs appeared, hovering as if carefully observing a certain area. Whatever it was interested in, no one can say for sure. Just like the previous sightings, people are watching something clearly intelligent, but completely beyond understanding. Shandong Mystery. In Shandong Province, China, a bright object streaked across the sky before exploding in a brilliant flash. Locals captured videos of what looked like a missile firing at it, followed by 2 deafening booms. Witnesses couldn't believe their eyes. Was it just a meteor, a military test, or something far stranger? No official explanation was given, leaving speculation to run wild. Some argue it could have been a visitor from beyond Earth. Whatever it was, the brief, fiery spectacle left everyone staring at the sky, wondering if our world isn't as alone as we think. Lightning cloud. A traveler in Montana was enjoying a bright, sunny day when something unusual happened above. Suddenly, green lights began moving across a cloud, as if something was traveling inside it. Strange. How could light pass through a cloud like that on its own? Maybe it wasn't a cloud at all. Perhaps something otherworldly was hiding inside, taking the shape of a cloud to stay hidden while it moved. The sight left the traveler stunned, questioning what exactly was above him. Energy cluster. Ever since the theory started spreading that a part of 3I Atlas might travel over China, a new sighting recorded there has only fueled the idea even more. In the footage, a glowing object can be seen coming down from the sky.
This happened in Japan. As you see, looks like these light balls are falling from the sky.
Its brightness so intense that no clear shape is visible. But then, more objects appear one after another, and when zoomed in, they look like some kind of energy clusters. Surprisingly, thin smoke seems to drift from a few of them too. Now the big question is, are these connected to something larger? Only time will reveal what's really going on.
There's multiple ones, and look, you get that same kind of reflection. What is it? Is it so bright that the camera can't focus on it?
Sky visitor. Normally, UFOs don't show themselves clearly, but this one did. It wasn't even high up in the sky. Pretty close, actually. It almost looked like it was malfunctioning because a bright light was shining from inside it. And the moment you see something like that, it really feels like these otherworldly beings are right here among us. We just don't notice. This UFO felt like a clear reminder that something is definitely out there. Laser beam UFO. Another strange event came from Texas, this time in Austin, where locals noticed a single UFO hovering far in the distance one night. People stepped out of their homes, confused and worried about what was happening.
It's a UFO for real, y'all.
From this UFO, a laser-like beam was shining all the way down to the surface, almost as if it was trying to take something, or maybe searching for something hidden. No one really knows, but whatever it was, it kept the entire area on edge for quite a while.
That is crazy. Y'all, that's crazy.
Mass UFO activity. Back in 2022, a strange wave of activity was reported in a region of Brazil. Multiple people confirmed that their CCTV cameras captured different types of flying objects. Some recordings showed several glowing objects moving together, while others showed single, fast-moving shapes drifting across the sky. These objects kept flying over the entire area, and anyone who saw the footage agreed they didn't look like anything from here. Their appearance together on the same night felt like part of a much bigger event, one that no one has been able to explain. Cigar-shaped UFO. People usually assume anything moving across the sky is just a plane, but one man in Mexico didn't think so. The moment he spotted something unusual, he pulled out his camera and zoomed in.
Okay.
What he captured was a cigar-shaped UFO moving at impressive speed. It didn't look like anything from here. The real question is, was it coming from outer space into our world? Or was it leaving Earth and heading back out? Only the sky knows. Unidentified lights. Another strange light sighting, but this one was in Vancouver, Canada, and it was a bit different from the others. These lights showed up in several places across the sky, and they kept moving around and changing colors.
Take still shots too. We actually saw a UFO. Oh my god.
It felt like some otherworldly beings were controlling them because no one could verify their source. And honestly, they didn't look like anything from here at all.
Take still shots too. We actually saw a UFO. Oh my god.
Mysterious ring. Camping is usually relaxing, but for one hiker, it turned into something strange. Just as he started setting up his camp, a huge, colorful ring appeared in the sky. It wasn't small at all. This thing was massive, and it kept circling above the forest again and again. The sight terrified him so much that he packed up and left immediately. To this day, he's never been able to figure out what really happened in those woods. Silent watcher. Sometimes it really feels like some things are sent here just to watch us, and something similar happened in West Virginia. A local spotted a strange object flying silently overhead. It wasn't a drone, and it definitely wasn't anything man-made.
What the is that?
It looked metallic and perfectly cylindrical, almost too solid to be anything normal. It hovered for a moment, then vanished without a trace. Since then, no clue has ever been found. Nothing about where it came from or where it went. Peruvian visitor. Let's head to Peru, where an ongoing mystery has left locals completely puzzled. A UFO was seen there, and bright green lights were pouring out of it. This object hovered over the area for quite a long time, moving slowly as if examining something. But the surprising part is how the government reacted. They never said a single word about it. Everything was quietly brushed aside, almost like the whole incident was meant to disappear. But really, how long can this stay hidden? Scary sky.
Now it's 6 a.m. in the morning Singapore time. I've noticed this.
Back in 2013, a strange incident took place in Mexico's capital. Out of nowhere, unusual lights began shining in the sky, and surprisingly, no one could identify their source. These lights kept blinking continuously, creating a tense, eerie atmosphere. It felt like something was hidden inside the clouds, or maybe a signal was being sent from somewhere above. What those lights really were was never discovered.
Weird light flashing in the cloud, and it has been for quite a while that I decided to take this.
Hiker encounter. In Colorado, a hiker experienced something last year that no one has been able to explain. He noticed strange lights suddenly moving across the sky.
Holy shit.
But they weren't behaving like anything normal. They looked like objects leaving glowing tails behind them, all traveling in the same pattern and in perfect sequence, almost like they were following some hidden command. One thing felt certain to him: these didn't belong to our world at all.
Oh my god.
Strange UAP. You've probably heard about many types of UFOs, but this one was completely different. It was seen hovering at a certain height in the sky, shaped almost like a cylinder. The strange part was how still it was. No movement at all. A man driving on the highway spotted it by chance and quickly recorded the moment. Otherwise, no one would have known this thing was even there. Unidentified lights. Right before a local festival in Colombia, people were busy and excited until something strange happened in the sky. Suddenly, unusual lights started appearing. Some green and some gray, and every few seconds their shapes kept changing. It felt like something was above the clouds, something that wasn't clearly visible, but definitely moving. Many believed these were otherworldly objects passing through, while others thought maybe some kind of secret experiment was happening. Whatever it was, the whole town ended up talking about it. Secret leak. A video has been spreading across social media, creating a massive buzz online. In the footage, several UFOs can be seen glowing with bright red light, and slowly, those lights begin to vanish as the objects shoot away at incredible speed. The shocking part is that this wasn't filmed by any local. Secret agencies recorded it, but the footage somehow leaked. People are completely divided. Some believe the government finally captured proof of otherworldly beings, while others think they've been in contact with them from the very beginning. Sphere object. If you ever see a sphere-shaped object moving in the sky, never ignore it. These kinds of objects have been spotted again and again, and surprisingly, no source has ever been verified for them. So by now, you can probably guess where they might be linked from. Let me know in the comments. What do you think they really are? UFO mission. Early in 2023, a tourist in Canada noticed a strange light moving slowly across the sky. At first, it looked like just another distant glow, but then two more lights appeared from inside it. That's when it became clear. These weren't normal lights at all. They were UFOs. After hovering together for a moment, they split off in opposite directions, moving with steady purpose. Whatever they were doing up there, it definitely looked like they were on some kind of mission. UFO fleet. A local in Kaliningrad, Russia noticed something glowing in the sky. At first, he couldn't make sense of it, but after looking more closely, he realized it was actually a full UFO fleet, an entire group of objects moving together, as if passing through the area. They were far enough that the shapes weren't perfectly clear, but clear enough to know one thing. These were definitely UFOs traveling across the sky. Highway encounter. A man was driving along the highway when he suddenly spotted something unusual, strange flying objects hovering above. At first glance, they looked like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. These objects had long, tentacle-like extensions, and the weirdest part was how still they seemed in the sky, as if frozen mid-air.
Офигеть, это получается снимать, что?
The man quickly drove away, completely shaken, and he never managed to figure out what those strange, tentacled objects really were. Unidentified object. A video was shared on Reddit showing unidentified objects. Their shape was unusual, and they hovered silently and completely still in the sky. To the viewer, it looked as if egg-shaped objects were being held by an invisible holder. Exactly what was happening remained a mystery. Many believed that aliens might be transporting some kind of mysterious eggs, but no one could confirm it. The footage left viewers stunned and full of questions. North Korea mystery. You won't believe it, but back in 2014, a plane passenger in North Korea captured something completely otherworldly. He saw a giant UFO above the clouds, shaped like a huge umbrella and nearly a kilometer tall. It honestly looked like some kind of extraterrestrial craft, because after a few moments, smaller UFOs started coming out of it. He couldn't record much more, but what he captured was enough to prove something big was happening up there. What exactly it was, we may never know. South Africa secret. 1909-2003 was the date when a strange case in South Africa was kept completely hidden, but now the truth has leaked. The incident happened over the sea, where a UFO was reported. The object looked metallic and wasn't too large, moving across the sky in a steady way. After that day, no one ever talked about it again, and the whole thing was buried. But now everyone knows that something did appear there, something not from here. Woods encounter. A local in the Colorado woods was out walking with his dog when he suddenly saw a UFO hovering just above the ground, almost like it was searching for something. He was still trying to observe it when, out of nowhere, the UFO disappeared in a flash, like it realized it was being watched. After that, the man quickly took his dog and left the area, which honestly was the right call in a moment like this. Night intruder. A local in New Jersey was heading home late at night when he noticed something flying, thinking it was just a drone because of the light coming from it. But when he looked closely, it turned out to be something completely different. Its technology looked way too advanced, nothing like anything from here. Maybe it was some type of UFO, but whatever it was, it scared him enough to rush straight home. And honestly, who knows what could have happened if he had stayed there longer. Hidden in clouds. Rome has its own mysterious history, but a new mystery just appeared in the skies. Locals noticed strange lights moving above the city. At first, everyone thought they were drones, but soon it became clear that this was something entirely different. An object hiding in the clouds, revealing only its glowing lights. Many guessed it might be a spacecraft, but no one could figure out exactly what it was. The sight left witnesses baffled, staring at the sky and questioning reality. NASA light. Late at night, a man was driving past NASA headquarters when something unusual caught his eye. A bright light far in the distance. Curious, he stopped his car and started filming. The glowing ball hovered silently, then began rising higher and higher. The higher it went, the smaller it became, until it slipped straight out towards space.
Hot dog.
NASA never released any statement, and no rocket launch was scheduled. So the real question remains. Was this a secret mission, or something entirely different? Rooftop UFO. A man in Chicago was relaxing on a rooftop when something unexpected rose into view. A metallic object slowly peeked upward, almost like it was observing the area. Soft blue lights glowed from within, the kind you definitely don't see on regular tech. It became clear this wasn't any drone. It looked like a full-on UFO. The craft hovered quietly for a few seconds, then slipped into the clouds and disappeared, leaving the man completely stunned by what he had just witnessed. Tube UFO. Let's head to Brazil, where a man spotted something glowing in the sky. At first, he assumed it was just a bright star, but the moment he zoomed in with his camera, everything changed. It turned out to be a tube-shaped UFO glowing with a soft blue light slowly drifting across the sky. He kept watching, completely stunned, until it quietly faded away into the darkness. Woodcraft mystery. A couple was out camping deep in the woods, enjoying the calm night, when something unusual caught their attention. At first, they couldn't figure out what they were seeing, but after looking closely, it became clear. A massive triangle-shaped aircraft was hovering silently above the trees.
Wow.
The red light is right in the center of the triangle. That's unusual.
They shared the footage online, and people had different opinions about it. Some believed it was the secret TR-3B, while others claimed it was solid proof of UFO. Mexican encounter. Back in 2003, a tourist wandering through the Mexican woods at night spotted something he never expected: a glowing UFO drifting above the trees. Its light was unusually bright, almost like it was searching for something below. Staying hidden, he secretly recorded the entire scene, and for a moment, it even looked like some kind of abduction was happening. That was enough for him. He didn't wait around. He quietly backed away and left the area, unsure what could have happened if he'd stayed longer. Space intruders fight. A fisherman in Florida was just about to head home when he noticed a flying object moving at full speed across the sky. Suddenly, it was shot down and fell into the sea. The fisherman was stunned, unsure what had just happened. Before he could process it, another UFO appeared. Seemingly responsible for taking down the first one. It all looked like a fight between extraterrestrial crafts, something you wouldn't expect to see happening over the ocean. The scene left him questioning what really occurs in the skies above. Mysterious light tail. The night sky over China lit up with something extraordinary. Just a day before a local festival, people stopped in their tracks as a long, glowing tail appeared, stretching across the horizon, ending in a massive upward glow. Everyone stared, unsure whether they were witnessing a natural phenomenon or something far stranger. The streak eventually disappeared, but people couldn't stop talking about it. Was it a UFO? A secret rocket test? Nobody knew for sure. Cholula mystery. Over in Mexico, something unusual appeared above the Cholula pyramids. A disc-shaped UFO hovered in the sky for several minutes, long enough to grab everyone's attention. Unlike the usual brief flashes, this one stayed visible, making the sight even more striking above such an ancient site. No matter how you look at it, a UFO hovering over one of the world's oldest structures is a moment that refuses to be forgotten. Disc-shaped visitor. A hiker's trip took a wild turn when a UFO appeared over a mountain peak, shining a mysterious laser beam. The disc-shaped object hovered in the air, and for a moment, it looked like an alien abduction might be happening. Luckily, nothing like that occurred, but a few moments later, the UFO shot off at full speed and disappeared. The hiker was left completely baffled, with no idea what had just happened up there. UFO chase. For several nights, residents near California's Big Bear Lake noticed unusual lights above. One evening, they grabbed a laser pointer to get a closer look at what was happening. That's when they saw it, a disc-shaped UFO hovering silently in the sky. They aimed the laser, and to their shock, the beam hit the craft directly. For a moment, the whole scene looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. Then, with a sudden maneuver, the craft vanished into the night, leaving witnesses stunned and questioning what they had just experienced.
Pointed it right at him. And now he's turning.
Ooh,
yeah.
Flashed.
Yeah, you see him?
Yeah, it just flashed.
Lasering or at him, and he's curving.
Spacecraft. What started as a simple gas station vlog turned into something he never imagined. One moment he was casually talking to his camera, and the next, a massive UFO glided overhead, glowing red and moving unusually close, far closer than any regular sighting. The eerie calm around it made the whole moment feel unreal, leaving him speechless and shaken in ways he never expected before. Glowing craft. The calm evening took a strange turn when an unusually bright object emerged above the horizon. Its glow was strong enough to outline the entire craft, making sure no one could miss what was hovering there. Witnesses were stunned as the UFO lingered silently, observing everything below. Its lights shone like it wanted to be noticed. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the craft shot back into space, leaving everyone questioning what they had just witnessed. Orb chase. The night seemed ordinary until a tourist in Florida's resort spotted two glowing objects racing across the sky. They moved unnaturally fast, almost too quick to follow, and to his surprise, a helicopter appeared to be chasing them. The entire scene unfolded in seconds, leaving him completely stunned. He had never seen anything like it before, and no explanation seemed to fit. What exactly was happening that night remains a complete mystery. Hidden craft. On a stormy night, one man's camera caught something the human eye completely missed. As lightning illuminated the sky, a pyramid-shaped UFO appeared for just a heartbeat before fading back into the darkness. The brief glimpse was enough to leave him stunned. Invisible to the naked eye, yet captured on film, this mysterious craft suggests that we may be surrounded by forces quietly observing us. UFO portal. Some sightings are confusing, but this one crosses into a whole new level of strange. The source of the video is unknown, yet what it shows is unforgettable. A glowing ring suddenly appears in the sky, and a UFO slowly moves toward it. Just as it reaches the ring, the craft vanishes completely, as if slipping back into another world. The footage leaves viewers stunned, raising the possibility that some UFOs might truly travel between worlds with ease. 90s mystery. In 1998, a fishing crew drifted far into the open sea, unaware that it was about to become unforgettable. Suddenly, a bright, glowing light appeared on the horizon, moving unlike anything they had ever seen. Moments later, several other glowing objects emerged beside it, casting reflections across the waves.
If I want to ascend, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 13 lights we see there.
The fishermen froze, stunned. Were these UFOs? The sight was enough to shake anyone. Choosing safety over curiosity, they quickly turned their boat around and sped away. Let's move towards our subscribers' pick of the day. Back in 2018, the night sky over Pittsburgh lit up with something unusual. A man noticed several glowing orbs entering the city, moving slowly as if they had a purpose, casting an eerie glow over the streets below. From a distance, they looked like UFOs, almost as if they were preparing to land or surround the area. But by morning, not a single orb was visible. Even today, no one knows where these mysterious glowing objects went or what their true purpose was.